Alexa Bliss has been pulled from Money in the Bank. I wonder why. Either way you look at it, this makes the Money in the Bank ladder match for the women a lot better on Sunday night. Also, Braun Strowman's role at Money in the Bank. What is he going to do and what role is he going to play? We'll talk about it right here on Off the Script. And finally, Roman Reigns and Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. Yes, Roman Reigns has been nominated for an MTV Movie and TV Award. For what? I don't know. We'll talk about it right here on Off the Script. Roman Reigns is a fucking MTV Movie Award nominee. Fucking worthless, man.
Delete! This is mine.
People still Everybody started to worry this afternoon because TMZ are a bunch of fucking idiots, and they usually love to clickbait people and make things sound much worse than it really is. And I know everybody was very concerned. Thoughts and prayers go out to Ric Flair. But I am here to tell you that Conrad Thompson was on a media call for StarCast today, and he actually said that TMZ made it sound far worse than it really was. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Ric Flair was reportedly rushed to the hospital, and the condition was said and reported by TMZ to be very serious. Apparently, those first reports were blown out of proportion, and Conrad had to set the record straight. It is said that the family knew about this procedure that Ric Flair needed today. Thus, they rushed him to the hospital so that they could get it done before StarCast next week in Las Vegas for AEW Double or Nothing. Now, Conrad did not specify what type of procedure Flair was going through. None of our business. This is obviously great news for everybody involved and for everybody that was worried. So you can worry a little bit less. Ric Flair is not going anywhere. Nothing is seriously wrong with Ric Flair. After all the scares that we had last year, Ric Flair is going to be fine. So hopefully that calms everybody down this afternoon. This is Off the Script. Extra, a little bit of extra for you right here on the podcast today for Thursday, May 16th, 2019. We got a lot to go over today, man. It seems to be a very busy day in the world of professional wrestling. I had originally stated that I was going to come on here and talk about All Elite Wrestling. I am saving that for Saturday. So you got two major podcasts for Off the Script going up for episode 274. We're going to dissect all this Vince McMahon news that's in the rumor mill this weekend. We'll talk about that on Friday. And then we'll go over literally everything with the TV deal and Double or Nothing and all the rumors surrounding AEW with their move to TNT this fall, presumably on Tuesday nights for Tuesday Night Dynamite. We'll go over all that on Saturday, so you got two major shows to look forward to this weekend. Good thing I have a whole shit ton of news to get through today, so this is the reason why I'm here, and I thank you guys for joining me right here on the podcast. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at JD from NY206 on both Twitter and the Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Patreon.com/JD from NY206 if you guys want to support the podcast and show your appreciation through other means, additional means, completely optional. And it's a great way to get exclusive content that is not available on iTunes, Spotify, or YouTube, man. So make sure you guys go and do that for me if you so choose. Make sure you guys check out all this week's videos, including last weekend's Off the Script. Get ready for this weekend's Off the Script tomorrow. Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, and NXT. Raw seeing the new face of Bray Wyatt. Tuesday seeing a very boring edition of SmackDown Live, where the big dog is shitting the bed. Really, boring. SmackDown Live was incredibly boring. And we had NXT, which it was announced today, this morning, that the War Raiders, Hanson and Rowe... Who? They're Ivar and Eric! Get it right, you smart mark! Go fuck yourself, you fucking internet-dwelling, basement fucking cretin. Okay? The War Raiders, like I said, had to relinquish the NXT Tag Team titles. I don't agree with that, but hopefully WWE has bigger plans for Hanson and Rowe, and is the reason why they're keeping them undefeated. They did it with Asuka, so they're doing it with the War Raiders right now. Also, off the script, last weekend, talk about the brand split and the wild card rule. I fucking hate saying it. The wild card rule, as if they're fucking playing poker at the World Series of fucking poker. Major flaws in everything that Vince did. And then Becky Lynch, we talk about it on and off the script. Make sure you guys go and check that out. Link is in the top right corner. That you see that little I, drop it down. Everything you need is right there. Podcast is brought to you by Audible, audibletrial.com/offthescript. Audible's been with me for over 2 years. Fine sponsor of the show. You guys are listening to me, and you have the option of getting something for free just for listening to my voice. Whether you love me or hate me, take advantage of the free trial, 30 days free, by using our unique link, audibletrial.com/offthescript. Once you go through the sign-up process, you're going to get a free audiobook. You're not going to be billed, by the way. You are not being billed. Zero. And they're giving you a free audiobook of your choice. Best thing is, if you feel like Audible's not for you, you can cancel on day 1, on day 2, on day 18, or on day 30. You can cancel. And you get to keep your audiobook for free. You can download the app on iPhone or Android devices wherever you do your work, whether it's a mobile device or an iPad or a tablet. Audible is free to download, free 30 days, free audiobook. Get yourself something for free just for listening to Off the Script. audibletrial.com/offthescript. So, this afternoon, amongst all the other news that I was sifting through to get ready for the weekend, I seen WWE on Twitter report that Alexa Bliss was pulled from Money in the Bank and the women's Money in the Bank ladder match because she was medically uncleared to compete on Sunday night, and that a suitable replacement will be chosen to take her place. Now, I don't know what is going on in WWE, and we went through this with Daniel Bryan. Nobody in WWE revealed what was wrong with Daniel Bryan. Undisclosed injury. It was opted to just be on the down low for whatever reason by certain parties. I don't know who. Maybe at the request of Daniel Bryan himself. I don't know. And that's something that we have to respect. But that's Daniel Bryan. We know of his history with concussions. And we know the protocol that Daniel Bryan has to go through in order to maintain a level of competition in WWE. But with Alexa Bliss, it's a little bit more confusing. And I don't mean that in any way to put down Alexa Bliss. I know certain things about Alexa Bliss that you might not know. I work with people who know people in the WWE who are close to certain parties in the WWE. And I know for a simple fact that Alexa Bliss is a very political individual behind the scenes. So when I read this story, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Really now? Let's go back and think about what Alexa Bliss has done. She was actually removed from WWE television. I believe it was around, what was it, Royal Rumble time? She was ready for the Royal Rumble. She didn't last long in the Royal Rumble. I don't remember exactly how long she was in there for, but she didn't really have a factor in the Royal Rumble. But she was on TV. She had this moment of piss segment that is god-awful every single week. And WWE, you can't really blame them. They're using Alexa Bliss to her strengths because that's the only thing she has going for her. Her mouth, in more ways than one, and her mic skills. I know I'm making people salty. I don't really give a shit if you're a super fan of Alexa Bliss. The woman is god-awful, okay? And you're not going to like what I have to say here either. So they gave her a mouthpiece, or they gave her a microphone to use her mouth for this moment of piss, rather. And that's all she did, interviewing literally everybody that WWE had nothing to do for. And she sat there, didn't wrestle. She was medically cleared, but WWE clearly put her in that position to, I guess, monitor her and take it easy before letting her get back in the ring. Woman has not been on any house shows. The woman has wrestled. She wrestled Bayley in a, what was it, a 2-minute match? Squash. Bayley didn't get anything as far as offense in on Alexa Bliss. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason why Alexa Bliss squashed Bayley. Outside of the Sasha Banks situation, WWE figured, you know what, we don't want Alexa Bliss to take bumps. We want her on TV. She's a popular female on the roster. We'll send her out there and we'll have her beat Bayley in 90 seconds. So WWE had Alexa Bliss go through these squash matches. They had her fucking around with shoelaces. Her shoelaces were untied. Then this past week, she had her luggage lost on the way to the UK. All this bullshit to prevent this woman from being in the ring, actively competing. She hasn't been on the house shows. She hasn't even taken a fucking bump on TV. And here we are, she's medically pulled, or medically not cleared, and pulled from the Money in the Bank ladder match. So WWE announced today that Alexa Bliss is not medically cleared. She's being pulled from the match. Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Live said Alexa Bliss was pulled for an injury that was more of a precautionary measure. She has also not been working any matches on the latest round of the overseas tour. And she didn't work any matches on the local tours here in the United States either. And on top of that, I just mentioned she didn't really take a bump. She didn't do anything. She's been sitting on her ass doing commentary and a moment of bliss. Now, the exact type of the injury is still unknown, but WWE pulled her from the ladder match. And everybody is assuming that it has to do with the nature of the match. Really now. The nature of the match. So, Alexa Bliss was in last year's Money in the Bank, but this year they're taking precautionary measures because of the nature of the match. Meanwhile, last year, Alexa Bliss won the Money in the Bank ladder match. She won the briefcase. She cashed in on the same night. Won the women's title last year on the same night. All while taking a 20-minute fucking nap during the entirety of that match. Maybe throwing a punch here and a kick there. She didn't take a bump on a ladder. And then lo and behold, she's gifted the briefcase for taking a 20-minute nap on the outside while the other women are beating themselves up and brutalizing themselves in a fucking ladder match. Yet WWE doesn't stop them from putting Alexa Bliss in a fucking spotlight on Monday Night Raw in a fatal four-way that's featuring all of the Raw women. You got Dana Brooke jumping off fucking ladders. Yet Alexa Bliss can't do anything even remotely close to that. They pull her from the match because of luggage issues. They put someone in the match who's not even in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Have that person win, a.k.a. Nicole Cross. And then Alexa Bliss comes moseying on down from commentary. She climbs the ladder and she grabs the briefcase and she does her little signature pose with the briefcase. Really now? Really? So you mean to tell me WWE booked that segment in that situation the exact way we seen it on TV, and you mean to tell me that they did not plan originally to have this woman compete on Sunday night? Really now? Really now? So what is the real issue? Is it the nature of the ladder match? She was in a ladder match last year. She didn't do a goddamn fucking thing. WWE could do the same thing this year. Instead of taking a 20-minute nap, extend it to 23. Or maybe shorten it depending on the length of the match. Maybe it's a 15-minute match. and she takes a 10-minute nap. Throws a punch and a kick there. She looks pretty in the camera. And then boom. Alexa Bliss competes in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Is it because of precautionary measures based on the nature of the match? No. No. You know what I seen on Twitter, and I seen it all over Twitter. I seen it correlated to what people seen on television. Alexa Bliss in the camera. They looked bigger than ever. They looked perkier than ever. Somehow this woman is now medically uncleared for precautionary reasons. Yet you had this woman go out there and wrestle. Whatever you call wrestling, that ain't it to me. I mean, whatever they did, they put her in a fucking ring, knowing that she was coming off concussion symptoms, right? She's over here, perking her tits up. They're right in front of the fucking camera, right? All people's eyes are fixated right there. And I'm thinking, I'm like, I wonder why they're not putting her in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Maybe she had them enhanced a little bit more. Maybe she had done some work on those assets of hers. I don't know. Maybe whatever she got done is not healed in time, and WWE is taking precautionary measures with their 5-foot-tall Barbie doll named Alexa Bliss. That has nothing to do with fucking concussion symptoms. You mean to tell me WWE, the fucking WWE, after what they've done with Daniel Bryan and how they look at fucking head injuries, you mean to tell me they're going to throw this 5-foot-tall blonde that soaking wet weighs 100 pounds in the fucking ring, knowing that she has concussion symptoms? Are you out of your fucking mind? They would do everything in their fucking power to protect that woman. Now, I know Vince McMahon's fucking senile, and he wants what he wants, but I don't think he's stupid enough to send someone out there knowing they have a history of concussions or they're suffering from a long lingering concussion syndrome symptoms, right? Why is she pulled from the fucking match? Guaranteed. Guarantee it. And you know what? It makes the match better. Because she's not going to do fucking anything anyway. Her spot is going to be taken up by somebody who's going to give you a better match. Ruby Riott. She hasn't been on fucking TV. Where the fuck is she? She getting more tattoos? Where the fuck is she? One of the best women you got on the entire fucking roster. Nowhere. Nowhere. Suitable replacement, huh? She's a fucking suitable replacement if you ask me. Nikki Cross. She won that Fatal 4-Way. It makes sense per storyline, but WWE probably don't even remember Nikki Cross was there. She was there because it was in the UK. Guarantee you she don't even show up on TV next week. Nikki Cross should be in the ladder match. She won the fucking Fatal 4-Way. She did what Alexa Bliss couldn't even do. So why not put her in the ladder match? I'm sure Nicole Cross would make the ladder match that much better. Or what about Sasha Banks, which I hope is not the case. I hope that woman sits out and sticks to her guns. Because if she comes back, I feel everybody's going to label her a complete hypocrite. And if she does this stunt again, nobody's going to take her seriously. Many people are on her side right now because they know what is going on in the WWE. Everybody knows, unless you're a blithering fucking idiot, that woman needs to stay away. She's not going... And listen, if they give her the Money in the Bank briefcase, what good is it going to do? A match with Becky Lynch? Great. I'd love to see it. But is WWE going to put all of their stock in Sasha Banks? If WWE really wanted Sasha Banks on television, you'd see quality improve on television. It's actually gotten worse since she's left. Why the fuck would she want to come back? Outside of the binding contract that she's in. Nobody wants to be on fucking television. You got everybody in that locker room waiting for their contracts to come to an end. So I don't want Sasha to be the suitable replacement. Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross are fine by me. Fine by me. Who knows? It may be Sasha Banks. Some fucking idiot on social media tweeted that Sasha is quitting WWE and she went out of her way, which she don't have to. She don't have to reply to these fucking cretins on social media. She went out of her way on Twitter, and I don't really remember her replying to anybody on Twitter. She doesn't, she posts her own business, which everybody, waits for and looks at when they're scrolling through their Twitter account. Oh, Sasha Banks posted. That's great. You know? She's on Instagram a lot more than she is Twitter, but she took the time out of her day to reply to this fucking cretin to give him his 10 seconds of fame, who said I was quitting. So it might be her. It might be her. She might have got wind that Alexa was being pulled, and she went out of her way to reply to this person, knowing that she could be the suitable replacement. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Either way you look at it, Alexa is not pulled because of medical reasons. She's pulled because of certain enhancements that I'm sure were enhanced. And her not being there makes the match that much better, because the match with the original women that were in there was looking pretty fucking bad, if you ask me. So, Alexa Bliss was pulled from the Money in the Bank ladder match. Good. You ain't gonna see a fucking complaint from me. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, moving on. Speaking of Money in the Bank, Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman was pulled from Money in the Bank for whatever reason. Apparently, WWE has a longer story here that's gonna play out for Braun Strowman. You could play out the story however long you want. I don't give a fuck about Braun Strowman. You ruined this guy 10 times over. I don't give a shit about Braun Strowman anymore. In fact, Braun Strowman being replaced by Sami Zayn makes that match better, because the quality of the performer is much greater in Sami Zayn. But Braun Strowman's role at Money in the Bank, is he going to be at Money in the Bank? Of course he is. Dave Meltzer stated in the newsletter, Wrestling Observer newsletter, that Strowman isn't working the match, but is expected to be a force during the match itself. Since Strowman isn't on the show, he would be expected to get involved and play a part in the winner. Clearly, he has a vendetta against Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Sami Zayn now. So he could obviously do any one of those three dirty, which would allow a Ricochet or an Andrade to win that match. I don't think Finn Balor is going to win because he's the Intercontinental Champion. The Intercontinental Championship should actually be defended on this show against Andrade, and you could have found two other people much suitable to be in that, to reap the opportunity there. But I think we'll be getting that match in Saudi Arabia, as I had previously stated on SmackDown Live Tuesday. So Strowman's going to be there, and he is likely to play a part in the winner, which in theory would be best served for a Ricochet or an Andrade Cien Almas. Now, you never know if plans could change. Strowman might find his way back into the match and have a ninth added. I don't know. It would not be surprising for WWE to do that. But in any case, he will likely be a part of the match. I don't care. I really don't care. That's the only match outside of, very minimally, I'm excited about AJ Styles and Seth Rollins. But those are the only two things that I'm looking forward to on Sunday night. I couldn't give a single shit about anything else that's happening on the show. If you asked me to come up with the match card, I honestly couldn't tell you outside of the women's and men's ladder matches, AJ Styles and Seth Rollins, and unfortunately Roman Reigns versus Elias, because that's all we've been fucking seeing on WWE television, which is depressing in itself. I actually came down with a mild case of depression just now. You might not see it, but just now, explaining that Roman Reigns will battle Elias on Sunday night. I know what match I will be taking my fucking dump during. So there you go. Moving on, Percy Watson. We talked about Percy on NXT last night. If you missed it, it's in the annotation. Go check it out. We're talking about the War Raiders and my thoughts on the War Raiders relinquishing the NXT Tag Team titles. Now, Morrow had previously stated this week on Twitter that he wished Percy the best, and he did a commendable job trying to learn being a WWE color commentator. They replaced Percy with Beth Phoenix, who I think is a very good replacement. I enjoy listening to Beth Phoenix. She doesn't make me cringe when I listen to her, so that's right out of the gate a great start. Percy has been on NXT television since he returned to the company in 2016 after a short time away. He is now officially gone from the WWE. He trained as a pro wrestler and started with the WWE back when they used to be the FCW territory. But now, with his time with the company, after all these years, it's come to an end. It was reported that he had quit the company, but it was not known if he was granted a release. Morrow did bid his broadcast partner, like I mentioned, a farewell on social media. Now the newsletter and Dave Meltzer have confirmed his exit. Watson has stated that he wants to break into acting. Hopefully he will find a lot of success in his future endeavors. I mentioned last night, that when I first heard Percy, I did not like him at all. First of all, he didn't dress the part. He came to the announce desk looking like he was ready to fucking club it out in Orlando. So he eventually upped his wardrobe, and he got a lot better, and there's no way you can't get a lot better working next to Morrow and Nigel McGuinness. He didn't really add anything to the overall experience of the commentating on NXT, but what I got from Percy was someone who was genuinely happy to be there, and his excitement was genuine, and it was never forced. And you don't know how much I appreciate that aspect of commentary. And it's a very rare thing to see, especially in WWE. I love to hear a genuine fucking commentator get excited, and everything that individual is emitting and getting across on commentary through his body language, his voice, his mannerisms. I want it to be genuine. Percy did that, and I really do appreciate that. And I do wish him the best. And, listen, Beth Phoenix is there. She's going to do a great job. Whatever she needs to learn, she's definitely going to learn from Morrow. And I mentioned that this could be WWE setting up Beth Phoenix to take Byron Saxton's spot on SmackDown Live. So when you look at the shows, you got Renee Young, who does an awful job on Monday Night Raw, and then you might see Beth Phoenix when WWE moves SmackDown Live to Fox Sports in October. It's not out of that realm of possibility, because WWE is pushing the women very hard, and they might want a female presence when they move to Fox. I wish Percy the best, and maybe we'll see him back in WWE someday. Moving on here, man. Speaking of NXT, I know Tyler Breeze was rumored to be working back down in NXT. I don't know if that is completely 100% true. I don't know if it's just this little stint that he's doing. I know he lives in Orlando. But Tyler Breeze has lobbied to be moved back down to NXT. Ty Dillinger did the same thing. They said no to Ty Dillinger for whatever reason, but now they're allowing Tyler Breeze to work NXT. He's doing the house shows. He is set to challenge, I believe, the Velveteen Dream for the North American Championship. And I feel like he's one of the most underutilized guys in the entire company. You know it. I know it. He knows it. The fans know it. And I feel like he has so much left to give, and he doesn't know what to do with that. He has so much knowledge and so much passion for what he wants to do here in pro wrestling. It's a situation where it has nowhere to go. He has nowhere to direct all of that fucking energy he wants so badly to give us on Raw and SmackDown. So you know what he did? He opened up a wrestling school with Ty Dillinger. He opened up a wrestling school with Sean Spears, a.k.a. Ty Dillinger. Now, this has obviously led to a series of rumors regarding his future and where he could possibly end up going, with some believing that he did move back down to NXT full-time. I would love that, and I think they would welcome him with open arms, but I'm not sure. Now, with that being said, Ty Dillinger, on the other hand, he got his release from the company. They didn't find any value in him. He got absolutely lucky. He was hurt. They could have tacked time onto his contract. He was out by, 6-7 months? They could have added time on top of his contract and say, fuck you, man. You ain't going anywhere. They let him go. And now he is probably going to end up at Double or Nothing. He's going to end up with All Elite Wrestling. So either way, it's a shame to see this talent wasted in WWE. And both guys didn't do much of anything on the main roster. And he ended up actually opening up with Tyler Breeze a wrestling school. And this is a great thing to see. And more information on that is going to come. I read that today. I don't know exactly where in Florida, but I'm glad that he's actually getting to sit down with people who are passionate about this business, let them know what they need to do and what they should not do. And Tyler Breeze is a Lance Storm student. So if there's anybody in this business that you want to be learning from, it's Lance Storm. And I'm sure Tyler Breeze, whatever he learned from Lance Storm, he's going to trickle on down to everybody else who wants to get into the pro wrestling business. Man, I think it's great. He had so much energy, he didn't know where to direct it. And the best thing for him to do is to direct it onto people who are very passionate about this business and want to break into this business of professional wrestling. I think that's a great thing. And I wish them both nothing but the biggest success moving forward. Make sure you guys check out JD's Elite on bonfire.com. Link is down in the description. I know I will be out in Vegas. I hope to meet a bunch of you guys out in Vegas. I'll be at StarCast. I'm flying in on Thursday. Gonna get there. I'm gonna take it easy. Might find myself some good craft beer places to sit down and chill. I am not sure right now if I'm having a legit meet and greet anywhere. Formal meet and greets. I will continue to let you guys know where I am and where I am going to be. But other than that, I don't think I'm going to have a formal meet and greet. But if you guys want to get your t-shirt, man, you guys can certainly still do so. Available 24/7 on bonfire.com. One of the biggest selling t-shirts in the YWC. That is the YouTube wrestling community. And the #1 selling t-shirt right here on Off the Script. Link is down below. The exclusive home of JD's Elite, bonfire.com. I can't even begin to tell you the last time I actually sat down, legitimately, and watched anything music-related on MTV. I can't tell you when the last time was I actually watched a music award show in general. These music award shows are some of the biggest pieces of shit that you could find on television. Like, I've never seen one building, every award show, house some of the most untalented fucking people I have ever seen. And it's a joke. It's a joke. If you call whatever you hear today music, you're out of your fucking mind. Now, that's a discussion for a different time, and I don't want to make people salty with the things that I say here, nor do I give a shit, but the MTV Movie and TV Awards is happening. And apparently WWE has paid off MTV to feature Roman Reigns and his fight against cancer and pushing the woman's agenda in WWE. It's sickening. It is absolutely sickening. Roman Reigns, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte. I don't know if Ronda Rousey's a part of it, but apparently the main event, or Ronda Rousey is a part of it. So the main event of WrestleMania 35 and Roman Reigns are nominated for an MTV Movie and TV Award. Now, I couldn't really find anything on the internet, so I want you guys to listen to this unbelievably nauseating and cringe-like description on WWE.com. And I quote, this is directly from WWE.com. WWE will be well respected at the 2019 MTV Movie and TV Awards, with Roman Reigns and the historic winner-take-all triple threat match between Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, and Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 35 being named finalists in different categories. After his heartwarming return to action this year, the big dog has been nominated for Best Real-Life Hero, alongside trailblazers like Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Serena Williams, Hannah Gadsby, and Alex Honnold. Outside of Serena Williams, I don't know who the fuck any of those people are. Highlighting the best fight category will be the WrestleMania 35 headliners, Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, and Charlotte Flair for the epic winner-take-all triple threat match. The WWE Universe can let their voice be heard by voting at vote.mtv.com and by direct messaging at MTV Awards on Twitter and Facebook Messenger. Yeah, because they got somebody to sift through all those fucking people DMing them on social media. Yeah, I'm sure. You couldn't pay me enough to do a job like that. I'm sure it's all hoaxed. I'm sure it's all fucking staged. I'm sure it's all predetermined, just like the fucking WWE is these winners. Give me a fucking break. Are you serious? Who the fuck is gonna watch this shit for Roman Reigns and the WrestleMania 35 main event? This speaks nothing more than agenda. When has been the last time that a WWE superstar, in any manner, a match or an individual performer, when was the last time that someone like that has been nominated for something like this? First of all, these awards are fucking absolutely worthless. I could sell that award on the fucking street for fucking $5, man. That's 3 Wawa coffees for me. It really is. Or if I want to get the big one, the 24-ounce one, it's 2 Wwe coffees, and I'll buy myself a fucking pack of gum. That's all it's worth. You fucking out of your mind? When was the last time anybody in the pro wrestling landscape has been nominated for an MTV award in any fashion? Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Ronda Rousey. I am sick to my stomach about hearing this garbage. It happened. It's over. Move the fuck on. WWE clearly paid somebody at MTV, higher up in MTV, to feature this, to put them in the spotlight again, and to push their women's agenda. Hey, WWE, listen to me. Why don't you stop hanging on to a fucking piss-poor main event at WrestleMania that ended up being that triple threat match? And why don't you start fucking pushing the division the way that we should be getting a women's division? Because right now, ever since Ronda Rousey went away, the entire division went along with it. So wherever Ronda Rousey is on her impregnation vacation, she's laughing, cashing those paychecks, and she knows that the division is fucking miserable without her. And it's all your fault. It's all your fault. As soon as Becky went away, apparently so did the creative writing in WWE. Roman Reigns, a real-life superhero. Oh my God. Oh my God, how can we further push the Roman initiative to make sure people hear his inspirational story? It's bad enough we gotta see video packages every fucking week, taking up time on television. Who gives a shit? The guy came back in February. We're still talking about it. We're still talking about it. Where the fuck is Buddy Murphy? Why hasn't he debuted? Where's Aleister Black? Why? How is anybody sitting here wanting to see video packages of Roman's career after he beat leukemia in fucking May? We're getting into June and we're still sucking this man's cock. I don't believe it. I don't believe. And then you wonder why SmackDown accumulated the biggest fucking ratings decline since 2006. Why is that? Don't tell me the NBA playoff game that was on combating WWE. The NBA playoffs have been going on since we were fucking sperm. Give me a fucking break. Nobody wants to see this shit. Roman on Monday, Roman on Tuesday, video package on Monday, video package on Tuesday. Are you fucking kidding me? Is Roman Reigns the second coming of fucking Steve Austin? Has he hulked up? Did he say his prayers and take his fucking vitamins? Guy can't draw a fucking dime. He is the Raid. The bug killer. He is Raid. Whatever Raid is to cockroaches, Roman is to the Raw and SmackDown Live ratings. Give me a fuck. No question. WWE paid off MTV to feature this fucking buffoon and this piss poor main event. That is this triple threat winner take all. Roman Reigns, best real life superhero. Roman Reigns is not a real life superhero. Where's Joseph Anoa'i? If Joseph Anoa'i was up there taking a fucking award for his MTV whatever nomination, I'd be okay with it, but this is Roman Reigns. He's not real life. He's a fictional fucking character. Disgusting. Disgusting. Roman Reigns is a complete disgrace. I hope you all get your fix of Roman Reigns. If Roman Reigns was so great, how come the ratings aren't booming? Where are they? How come the ratings aren't on the up and up? The guy is an absolute fucking disease to everything WWE ratings. There you go. I won't be watching. I won't be watching. MTV doesn't even have a heavy metal category. I don't believe they do. And if they do have a heavy metal category on the MTV Music Awards, it's fucking Death Cab for Cutie or whatever the fuck they got going on. They consider these bands that are, you know, they attract the fucking 12-year-old girls who want to wear black eyeliner and they want to wear fucking black metal spikes on their wrists thinking that they're fucking hardcore, right? This is who they nominate for their heavy metal category, or they'll take a fucking Metallica tune from their fucking garbage album Hardwired. Oh yeah, Metallica's heavy metal in 2019. Are you fucking kidding me? Really now? The Grammy Awards don't even have a heavy metal category live on the fucking program. It's on the red carpet. Oh yeah, and the winner of Best Heavy Metal Song is someone who's not a heavy metal band. Blink-182. Garbage. Garbage. Seriously fucking garbage, man. I am sick and tired of talking about the same shit over and over and over again. Billy Kay. Here's another fucking garbage individual. Billy Kay. I actually am going to say positive things about Billy Kay. Billy Kay actually spoke out and came forth with the truth on Sasha Banks. Now, she was interviewed by somebody. Banks was recently in the news. She's been in the news about this situation. Apparently, there was a situation at WrestleMania where they threw a temper tantrum. Now, Mikaze, Sasha's husband, came out on Twitter and said, there was nothing that happened at WrestleMania. There was no temper tantrum. There was nothing backstage that happened. So, Billy Kay came out, and she was interviewed by Express.uk. And she squashed the rumor of Sasha Banks and any heat on her due to this temper tantrum. She says, everyone was super happy and excited for us. The rumors to us is that we didn't see anything that we're hearing. We had a great experience with them, and it holds a really special place in our hearts. You can find pictures of us all embracing each other. End quote. So there you go. You're going to call Billy Kay a fucking liar? She was right there. There you go. Nothing happened. So cut the shit and let the woman do what she needs to do. And if she wants to sit out, respect her wishes. Simple as that. Speaking of Sasha Banks and Lio Rush, they are not on television, clearly. Brad Shepard reports that a source in the WWE has told him that the stories have died. And there's no momentum in either situation, which would indicate a planned return for either superstar is just not there right now. He says, and I quote, a source in WWE on the evolving situations with Lio Rush and Sasha Banks, the stories died. Nothing there at the moment. Both got quiet. End quote. Only time will tell how WWE will use Rush or Banks. Hopefully Rush ends up back in NXT. I think that would be a very good move for him. Banks, I hope she sits out, like I said, and really stands her ground. It's a waiting game, and I know WWE wants Banks back, but Banks was actually on the reported list for the WWE's European tour. Although some in WWE have held out hope that she could make the trip, she was not on the trip with anybody. In fact, people are not expecting Sasha to be part of the trip at all. Fightful reports, Sean Ross Sapp and Fightful report that to those that they spoke to, those people did not give an impression that Sasha Banks would be on the European tour at all, just as a little exclamation point on this situation. Sean Ross Sapp says, and I quote, based on those that we talked to, they were under the impression that Sasha would not be joining them on the European tour as speculated. Good. Good. I hope that woman is finding happiness somewhere in whatever she's doing. Finally, guys, injury update here on Sheamus. A lot of people are really putting the word out there that Sheamus is going to end his career and he's going to retire. Cesaro is on Monday Night Raw without Sheamus. He did not really touch on where Sheamus is and how Sheamus is doing, but this is why we got Rusev. At least Rusev is good for something here. Rusev actually spoke about Sheamus to the Irish Mirror. And Rusev and Sheamus are very close. Rusev had good things to report on Sheamus and indicate that Sheamus was hurt, but he wasn't really hurt all that badly. He says, and I quote, what happened to Sheamus? He's in the best shape of his life. Have you seen him? He's down to 205 pounds. He says he was upwards towards 230, but he's down to like 205 pounds. He don't really know exactly how he weighs or how much he weighs, and he says, Shamey, I'm sorry. No, he's in the best shape of his life. He lives 8 houses down from our house, meaning Lana and himself, so I see him every day. We watch football every day. Soccer. He's fine. He's nowhere near the end of his career. So there you go. Sheamus is taking a little bit of a break, and a well-deserved one. The guy's beating him he's beating himself up every step of the way. He deserves some time off, man. Hopefully he recuperates, and the spinal stenosis that is reported with Sheamus. I don't know how he's going through with it. It might not be as bad. I just wish that he would really, really, really scale back what he does and how often he does it. I don't want to see this guy in a fucking wheelchair by the time he's 60. So hopefully he's okay. And Rusev provided an update. Nowhere near the end of his career. And what better source than the fucking guy that lives 8 houses down from you, who you see and talk to every single day. So there you go, man. I'm getting out of here. We got much more to cover on Off the Script this weekend. We're going to talk about Vince McMahon and the anonymous phone call that Wade Keller got on Monday, throwing everything WWE under the bus. I can't wait to reveal to you guys what was said and the news that followed in the days to come. Also, Saturday, we'll talk about everything AEW, the TV deal, what is in the TV deal, how the TV deal is going to operate with AEW. We're going to talk about the ludicrous price of Double or Nothing. I am actually with a lot of you guys. $50 is too much for the pay-per-view, but I'm going to try and make as much sense as I can about that. And we'll go over Jon Moxley. Did Jake Hager, a.k.a. Jack Swagger, reveal to everybody post-MMA fight, in which he now is 2-0, did he reveal that Jon Moxley is going to be with All Elite Wrestling? We'll talk about it. That's going to be this weekend on Off the Script. Don't go anywhere, man. Much more to come. Hit that thumbs up. Make sure you guys follow me on social media at JD from NY206 on both Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below and turn on that bell for all notifications. Make sure you guys check out all the other videos that you might have missed. Get yourselves ready for this weekend, and I will see you right back here tomorrow for Off the Script episode 274. Until then, guys, again, thumbs it up, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.